Hi, English Nomad here, Mike, and I'm just going to do a very brief unboxing and review, first impressions out of the box of my new National Lunar fridge. I haven't opened the box yet, so what I'll do is I'll take it out of the box and then I'll let you have a look at it, and I'll give you a brief overview of the key features of this fridge, and I'll also explain my reasons for choosing this particular fridge. So I'll get straight into it. Okay. Great. It's a box within a box. Well, it's well packaged, that's for sure. So hopefully, when I get it out of the packaging, there's no damage. So I'll just have a quick look around it, make sure there's no dings or dents in it before I go any further. No, perfect. So luckily my bin was emptied this morning, so I'll have some space in there for all this packaging. Okay, so I've got it out of its packaging now, so here it is. I'll explain what it is. It's the National Luna 110 litre combination fridge freezer. Now, this particular model has two doors. The one on the left hand side is the freezer compartment, and the one on the right hand side is the fridge compartment. Now, it can be run as two fridges, so both sides can be run as fridges, but only this side can be run as a freezer. Now, you can also, if say for example you've no food to go in the freezer and you've only enough food to go in one fridge, you can actually turn this side off completely. So it's very flexible. I'll go through some of the key features. So it's a commercial grade refrigerator, so it has commercial grade seals on the doors which can be removed for cleaning. So if you get stuff caught behind the seal, you can pull the seals out and clean them. The hardware, the latches and hinges are all heavy duty, high quality items. These are stainless steel. The cabinet is made out of stainless steel. Heavy duty carrying handles, which also act as the tie down points when it's in the vehicle. Now, one of the features I really like about this over other manufacturers is it's all the electrical wires and instructions and stuff. One of the features I really like about this is it's easy to organise your food in, because what they've done is they've provided baskets, and in the freezer compartment you have 3 of them. So let's just say, for example, I wanted to get some dog food out, because that's one of the reasons I want a big freezer, is so I can carry plenty of food for the dog, and I keep the meat in the middle or the bottom one. It's easy for me to get at, because I just pull 2 baskets out, get what I need, put the baskets back in, done. With a lot of recreational style chest fridges and freezers, they come with a single basket, and you pile all your food in there, and invariably what happens is the item that you want is right at the very bottom, and you've got to pull everything out. It's a pain in the ass, especially, you know, when you are doing it day in, day out. You know, you've got to pull stuff out, put stuff back in, keep packing it in, packing it out. So having those baskets is a really big feature that I really like about this this freezer. Now, on the fridge side, so I can't tell you off the top of my head what it is. It's 110 litres, but the split is something like 60-40 or 65-35 as the ratio between the amount of space, the fridge being bigger. This has 5 baskets. It has 2 on this side, which are sitting on top of a shelf, which is above the compressor, which is in this portion of the fridge as the compressor. And then coupled with that, you've got 3 baskets this size. So you can organise your food, your dairy products, however you like. That suits you. I suggest that the top one, this one, would be the beer, because that's what you want to get to first when you pull up at the end of a long day. Yeah, so having that function of being able to organise your food is really, really good. Other features with this, if we have a look at the display down here, both the fridge and the freezer have their own thermostat and have their own display, so you can control the temperature in the freezer and the fridge independent of each other. The majority of the fridges, combination fridge freezers I've seen on the market, don't have that feature. Certainly the other product I was considering, which was an Engel product, has just one thermostat, and the way that the chiller compartment works is there is an inbuilt fan in the wall of the freezer compartment, which sucks out cold air from the freezer compartment to chill the fridge compartment, which is a very clever design, but I prefer the idea of being able to control them independently. Both my animals are very curious about this new item that's in the house at the moment. So yeah, that's a big feature of this. It can be run off 240 volts AC, and it can also be run off 12 volts DC, and they supply the cables for that. So one of the other big features of this fridge that I really like is it has really thick insulated panels. So the door panels are really, you can see that that's probably somewhere in the region of around 2 inches thick, and the walls of the cabinet must be easily 2 inches, 2.5 inches thick, or in metric somewhere around 6 centimetres thick. And they use a high density polyurethane foam, so it's got a really good insulation factor. And I'll give you a little bit of background on where National Luna's product development came from. So National Luna are a South African company, and they were commissioned by the World Health Organization to develop a product for them to transport medicines and vaccines in harsh conditions in Africa. And this product was born from that development, and they've been well proven in Africa as being reliable, being able to store medicines and vaccines at a consistent temperature no matter what the climate is like outside, and so the medicines arrive to their destination without spoiling. So that's quite a pedigree to have that on your resume, so to speak, that you've developed a product which has had life-saving or life-influencing effects on the world, or certainly in Africa. So that's the background of the development of this product, and they've taken everything that they've learnt over the years by these products being used under the harshest conditions to come up with a product that we see here today. Now, I know there are other brands in the market that make equally good products, and I'm certainly not dismissing any of those other manufacturers, but when I came to choose this, the key benefits of this certainly outweigh any cons. And the other key thing is it's a very well-renowned product. They are probably, it would be fair to say, they are the apex predator in the RV fridge world at the moment. They are right up there with the best manufacturers in the world at supplying fridges for long-term use, for RVs and camping and that kind of thing. So that is why I chose this product. So what I'll do is I'm going to plug it in and let's see how it works. So what we've got here, we've got this is the AC power cord. So I believe that, and I should really read the instructions, but let's face it, it's a fridge, it's not rocket science. But I believe, and I will find out later, I believe you can have both the 240 and the 12 volt DC plugged in at the same time, and this works out which power source is the best power source at the time. So if the AC goes off, it will automatically start taking power from the 12 volt DC, and as soon as it senses that there's AC power there, it will stop drawing power from the batteries. I believe that's how it works. And most of the good quality fridges on the market work exactly the same way. So, moment of truth. Oh, there you go. So the two displays have come on. It's probably just working out what's going on. Right, so it's saying that this cabinet here is currently at 26 degrees. This cabinet here is at 22 degrees, which is probably because this one wasn't open as long as this one. So what this has on the panel is there is a low voltage cutoff. Now I can set this to stop taking power from the batteries at 3 different levels. So I can set it to cut out at 11.5 volts, 10.5 volts, or 9.5 volts. I would probably keep it around 11.5. I don't see my batteries ever getting below 11.5 in most circumstances. So I would leave it at that, especially as I've got solar power. I can, what does it say here? Hold for 3 seconds. So if I hold that now for 3 seconds, so this, so I can set the temperature in the fridge compartment just by using the up-down arrows. Once the indicator's flashing, Bronson, move. Bronson, no, come on. Come. And the same with the freezer. So the freezer's set at -18. Now I believe you can switch it from Celsius to Fahrenheit, but we live in a country that uses the decimal measures, so we're used to Celsius in Australia, but you can switch it to Fahrenheit, I believe, for you Americans. And another feature this has is it has a self-diagnosis alarm or warning. So it tells you if there's a problem. This indicator light will tell you that there's a fault. So I really like that feature. Now, a little bit about the compressor in this. National Luna use the best quality compressors for this type of application. They use Danfoss compressors, and I think most of the really good fridges use Danfoss compressors, with the exception of Engel, who use their own compressor. Not that that's a bad thing, they've got a really great product too. So when I looked at the fridges that I was potentially going to buy, it came down to a choice between National Luna, Engel, and another brand, Snowmaster. Snowmaster are very popular in the United States. Another South African brand. I think it was a company that was set up by former employees of National Luna who branched off and started their own company. Someone may be able to correct me on that, but that's what I believe. So the product is very, very similar to National Luna, only they use their own proprietary compressor. They do have some really good features, and one of the channels I like, 4x Overland, Andrew P.S.M. White, did a review of his Snowmaster fridge, which he paid for with his own money, and he really liked it. It had some fantastic features, but again, they didn't do one that was as big as this, I believed at the time, and they're still fairly new in the Australian market. And it's one thing having a product that works in one particular market, but bringing it into a different market, you know, you might have issues. Australian conditions are a lot different to anywhere else in the world, and that will ultimately prove or disprove how good a product is. So I chose to go with something that was a known quantity here in Australia. The other one was obviously Engel. And the biggest thing with the Engel was they just didn't do one that was big enough. Their largest fridge-freezer combination is 75 litres. 75 litres isn't a bad size, but I wanted something that if I'm going to be away from any major towns and cities, for a few weeks, I want to be able to have enough food, certainly for the dog, to last that period. Bronson eats raw meat, so having enough meat for Bronson, eats about half a kilo each serve, so he goes through quite a lot of meat. So being able to store it in a freezer is a much better proposition than trying to keep a lot of meat fresh in a fridge. So having a freezer that has a really big capacity was a must-have. So what do you think? Tell me what you think of this review. What I will do is, once I've got the fridge and I've used it for a little while, and it's been out in the vehicle and been used consistently, I'll do a proper review, and I'll do a completely unbiased review with all of the things that I like about it and all of the things that I don't like about it. Right now, I absolutely think it's fantastic compared to everything else that I've had in the past. And I can tell you, I've had two Engel fridges, and I've had an ARB fridge. Both those were really good fridges as well. But in terms of quality, I can tell you right away, just looking and feeling the quality of this, it's like stepping out of a Ford Falcon into a BMW. That's the step up in quality in terms of the way that it's constructed and the way that it's finished. And I work in quality assurance, so I know a little bit about quality. So please like this video, share this video, and subscribe. As always, click the bell so that you get the notifications when I upload new videos, and comment below. Thank you. Mike, signing off.